Someone that we come from two different sides, like, of the world. We still on the same path to get the same.
Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child, just faced his biggest downfall yet. And this time, it wasn't the boxing ring, but in real life. After abruptly canceling his highly anticipated fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, the boxing world erupted. What was meant to be Jake's defining moment turned into his most humiliating collapse.
But take out them hands.
The fight was supposed to be massive, less than 2 weeks away, and the hype surrounding Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis was everywhere. This wasn't just another boxing event. It was chaos and curiosity rolled into one that billboards covered cities. Interviews dropped every hour, and social media couldn't stop buzzing. Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer, was stepping up to face an undefeated world champion. It was shaping up to be boxing's biggest crossover event, until everything began to fall apart.
One of the most feared punchers in the sport of boxing. He's got a 93% knockout percentage. That's one of the best among current world.
From the outside, it all looked perfect. But behind the scenes, something felt off. Jake's usual loud confidence was missing. No trash talk, no wild knockout promises, no late-night Twitter rants. Just quiet training clips and careful captions. Fans started sensing something wasn't right. Insiders whispered that Jake's sparring sessions weren't going well. The hype was alive, but the belief wasn't.
I believe that he was making the money he says he's making. Showtime Boxing wouldn't have gone out of business, and Showtime would have made sure.
Then came the shocker. Yesterday, Jake Paul's team released a short, stiff statement. Due to underlying issues, the event will not move forward. That was it. No details, no explanation. Months of build-up vanished overnight. Fans were furious, and theories exploded online. What kind of underlying issues? Was an injury, a contract dispute, or was Jake backing out before walking into a storm he couldn't survive?
He has made a significant impact on the sport of boxing. He has certainly brought new eyes to the sport. He's done so much in uplifting women's boxing.
Let's be honest. Gervonta Davis isn't a retired MMA fighter looking for a payday. He's a 29-0 powerhouse with 27 knockouts and a reputation for ending careers. Jake Paul built his boxing career on names, not danger. Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Nate Diaz, all tough men, but none of them active boxers in their prime. This was only the second time Jake was supposed to face a real boxer, and just like the first, it never happened.
I never let myself go there. You know, I'm a fierce.
That's why the cancellation felt too convenient. Jake's camp blamed underlying issues, but leaks soon told a different story. The Georgia State Athletic Commission had never approved the fight in the first place, citing a massive weight difference and labeling it a safety concern. Rick Thompson, the commission's chairman, didn't mince words. This is the dumbest thing we've ever heard. It's a money grab, and they've been promoting something they shouldn't have been. That quote alone sent shockwaves through the sport. If the state's own chairman was calling it a scam, was this fight ever even real?
Jake fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
Without a permit, the fight couldn't legally take place. Not in Atlanta, not anywhere under commission oversight. And Jake's team knew that. They'd been warned weeks earlier, but instead of fixing the issue, they kept hyping the event, selling tickets, doing interviews, maintaining the illusion of confidence until reality hit. Fans felt deceived. One comment summed it up perfectly. They sold us a dream that was never real. For months, Jake's audience believed he was ready to face one of boxing's most dangerous punchers. Now, it looked like he'd step away, not because of logistics, but because of fear. And honestly, who could blame him?
They called Gervonta Davis the tank for a reason. He only needs one shot to end the entire night.
Davis, big straight left, down.
Facing Gervonta Davis isn't entertainment, it's risk. Tank doesn't just win, he destroys. Every fight ends with a statement, a knockout that echoes for years. Jake might talk like a fighter, but Gervonta is one. The weight issue might have been an excuse, but fans saw through it. Jake saw the numbers, the knockouts, the stats, and realized this wasn't the show he wanted to headline. The timing made it worse. 2 weeks before fight night, with press tours booked and sponsors locked in, everything turned to dust. Jake's credibility now hung by a thread. Fans began to wonder if the problem child was really just a performer, brave only when the lights were safe.
Great event. Every time I fight is fireworks. Boxing wins come November the 14th. We just giving boxing what it needs, and that's excitement.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis didn't stay quiet. He's not the kind to take disrespect lying down. Sources say Tank's team tried reaching out to Jake's camp days before the cancellation and got nothing. After the announcement, Gervonta erupted online, posting, "You talk like a lion, but you run like a mouse." This wasn't business anymore. It was personal.
So if you can keep fighting fucking 50-something-year-old.
For Gervonta, this wasn't just a show. He trained for weeks, cut weight, sacrificed time, only for the other side to fold. He had every right to be furious. The entire boxing world felt it too. Frustration, disappointment, and the sense that something real had been stolen before it even began.
He has knocked out 28 of the 31 opponents he has faced over the last 4 years. He's broken numerous live gates in multiple cities.
Let's face it, Jake Paul has built a career on choosing the right opponents. Not the toughest, just the most marketable. He's a master of the safe storm. Retired fighters, ex-champions past their prime, influencers with weak jabs. Jake built an empire fighting men who'd already fought their wars. But Gervonta Tank Davis? That wasn't a YouTuber moment. That was a nightmare.
He's putting his legacy on the line in a much bigger fight, proving to the world this man has absolutely no...
Tank isn't a guy you fight for a viral clip. He's a guy you fight if you're ready for pain. With 29 wins and 27 knockouts, his power makes opponents question their careers. S.O. When Jake signed the deal, everyone was shocked. He's really doing it. Even his loyal fans were nervous. And apparently, so as Jake today's fight night approached, his usual online bravado disappeared. The "I'm built different" attitude was gone. It was like watching a lion realize he'd walked into a tiger's cage. Insiders claimed Jake wasn't looking great, and Camp Point One source said he got tagged and his eyes went blank. Another claimed he was getting dropped by mid-level sparring partners. The rumor spread fast. Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed knockout artist, was struggling just to make it through camp.
And I have to be prepared. I have to be the most locked in I've ever been, and that's what makes this a massive...
And honestly, it made sense. Gervonta Davis doesn't play. He lives and breathes boxing. He's known for breaking ribs, ending careers, and humbling egos. Sparring with him isn't practice, it's punishment. Jake wasn't ready for that kind of heat, and deep down, he knew it. This wasn't YouTube boxing anymore. This was survival.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be watching come the 14th.
Promoters soon started pointing fingers. Some accused Jake's team of using Tank's name for clout, a publicity stunt gone wrong. What was meant to be a historic event turned into a financial disaster. Everyone lost something. Gervonta lost time, promoters lost money, fans lost faith, and Jake lost credibility. He can talk about underlying issues all he wants, but the truth is simple. When faced with a real boxer, a real threat, and real consequences, Jake walked away. For Tank, it was never about money. It was about respect. Jake turned it into a circus. Tank wanted to end it with his fists. Instead, he had to settle for headlines. In the end, Jake's greatest weapon, fear disguised as confidence, finally failed him. IT worked against retirees and influencers, sure, but against Gervonta Davis. The act collapsed. Now the posters are gone, the sponsors are angry, and one furious Gervonta Davis is still training like the fight's tomorrow because Jake might have walked away. But Tank's not done. The fight's over, but the story isn't. The ring's empty, the lights are off, but the echo remains. Gervonta didn't need to land a punch. Jake Paul knocked himself out with fear. As one fan put it perfectly, Jake Paul didn't lose in the ring. He lost in the mirror.